So books for me, yeah, they were something that I didn't like. I would shy away from them. I was scared of them. Because people could see, especially the teachers, that I didn't know how to read. And I was embarrassed about that, especially when you're around the other kids at school and they're really good at reading. You know, they would bring out their chapter books and have it all marked up and all ready. And here's me just looking at them. Because I couldn't do that. Recently I wrote a book about it. I'm going to read that to you now. Where's my glasses? Hi, just a quick word to say that my books, including my latest for children, are available in store and online. You can find a full list of my books at timtepene.com. If you're enjoying my content, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you for your support. Now back to the video. So I decided to write a book about my experience. And this one with reading, with books. And this one is called The Book That Wouldn't Read.
Oh.
The Book That Wouldn't Read. So this is you. When I'm reading this, you'll be able to picture me as a boy in the classroom. So here we go. Look, right on the front there. I couldn't read at school, but look at that. My name is on the front of a book. And down here, there's another name. Nicoletta Benella. Why is her name on my book? I wrote the words in this book. Why is her name on my book? Who can tell me that?
The pictures.
She is responsible for the pictures, for the illustrations. Thank you, sir. And so therefore, her name should be on the front because she did such a great job. The Book That Wouldn't Read. I don't like reading, but I'd never come across a book that didn't want to be read. I found it in the library. Choose a book, Miss said. The one I got was called The Book That Wouldn't Read. Strange name for a book, I thought, because the words were right there on the... Hang on. There's a word missing.
It's wait, it is there, but we just can't see it.
I looked at the other students who were busy reading. Their books seemed okay. Miss, I said, raising my hand. My teacher put a finger to her lips. Shh, no talking. It's reading time. She hushed. Read quietly. What could I do? I had to keep reading. The next page started off all right, just like any other book. The text was where it was supposed to be. But then it changed. The sentences started going high and low. Some even went around and upside down. Miss, my book is strange, I said. She put a finger to her lips. Shh, no talking, she hushed. Read quietly. What could I do? I had to keep reading. Page 3, and it only got weirder. The text went in waves across the paper. One word was the colour blue and one was red. Another even disappeared. What is with this book? Where is the story? I gave it a shake, hoping the words would fall into line. Instead, they took off. I had to chase them across the page. They had me going under a couch, peeping in a cupboard, jumping over a table. I turned to my friend. Hey, my book isn't right, I said. He checked to make sure that the teacher wasn't looking. Then he put a finger to his lips. Shh, no talking, he hushed. What could I do? I had to keep reading. on, I pleaded. Just be a normal book. Cautiously, I turned the page. There was a bus, a train, ponies, and an axolotl. There was a bebop, whiz-pop, whippy-whip, and a twirly-whirly. What did these words even mean? But most importantly, where is the story? Mine was a reluctant book, a resistant read. I would rather be doing something else, hardback, a publication that dragged its pages like me dragging my feet, easily distracted, finds it difficult to concentrate, a book that could always do better. The words said I should look out the window and daydream. That's what I usually do when I'm supposed to read. They were telling me to talk and disrupt the other readers. I got in trouble with my teacher the last time I did that. What could I do? I had to keep reading. The next page had more random pictures. A hippopotamus riding a broom, a helicopter, and kiwis swimming in a park. The text told me to jump, to spin around on the spot, to jiggle all about, to click my tongue, pull a funny face, meow like a cat, meow, bark like a dog, woof, and to yell a great big, yippee!
Why would
My teacher and the other students all frowned at me. They put their fingers to their lips. Be quiet, they hushed. No talking. What could I do? I had to keep reading. The book tried to scare me off with a shark snake, a wasp spider, and an old man who had lost his teeth. What was the point? Where was the story? Think of smelly socks, the page said, of gooey slime and rotten eggs. It had me pronounce big words such as encyclopedia and circumlocution. Huh? I've never seen that one before. Burr. Pardon me, I blushed. How did that word get in there? Shh. No belching, the librarian hushed. Finish your book. What could I do? I had to keep reading. Oh, I missed a page, didn't I? I could just look at the pictures, I thought. However, the book that wouldn't read had other ideas. Its words became the illustrations. A ship, a pavlova, last month's Brussels sprouts. I thought I'd gotten away from those. I huffed and I sighed. The book was trying to put me off. But I was determined to see it through. What if the words in the pictures were to vanish, I suddenly thought. Then I couldn't finish reading it. This book wasn't going to get the better of me. Felt unfair though. Why did I have to have a difficult read?
Just reading quickly.
Please, I whispered, just let me get to the end. I stroked the book's spine. I knew what the book that wouldn't read needed. All good books need a friend. Come on, we can do it together, I encouraged. What else could we do? The book and I continued. Ha! It's the last page. I've done it, I cried. I read the book that wouldn't read. Shh! No talking, my teacher hushed. I know, read quietly. I looked at the bookshelves and wondered, What should I read next? And that's the book that wouldn't read.